Hi guys, thank you for tuning in. I'm not sure how clear the video is right now, but I don't have any other setup, so bear with me. This is a weekly love reading for the week of March 27th, 2017. I'm using a different deck this week. I'm using the Gilded Tarot by Ciro Marchetti. I will post that info below. They're very nice cards. Let's see what we have for this week. Oopsie. Okay. Okay, guys. Right. So I'm not sure if you can see here. I'm gonna try to move these a bit more into your view. Okay, so the center card I have here is Judgment. Okay, I love this card and it's actually one of my favorites because to me, the way I interpret the Judgment card, it's basically a calling. What is judgment, right? It's when only God can judge me kind of thing, right? So it's when the universe puts us in situations or gives us an opportunity to clear some karma or learn a valuable lesson. So the top three cards here I have is the Emperor, the Ten of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. I'm getting it's a very masculine energy. Either there's a masculine energy within you that seeks a stable family life, a stable home life, stable financial matters, stability basically. Or this is what you seek in a partner. This is perhaps qualities your partner possesses, a very masculine, action-oriented, male energy that seeks to create a stable environment and home life. And to either sides of the Judgment card, which is our center card, right? I don't know if you can see, to either side of this musical instrument, right, is the dancing shadows or the dancing spirits of others. So they're being called to action. They're being called to action. And on either side of this, I have the Four of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. So I'm getting this as a situation you may not have been in or that you are unfamiliar how to tread this territory. So you will be called to action. You may be called to action this week in regards to your love life. And you may not exactly know how to navigate the situation, or you may hold on to your beliefs, you may hold on to your truth, your right, a little too strongly. And you may not necessarily be willing to share your opinions, your beliefs, your true thoughts, right, about a certain situation. The last three cards I have here, Knight of Pentacles, the Sun, and the Knight of Wands, Knights. So the Sun, of course, the Sun is warmth, but other than that, the Sun means everything is in working order. Right, you see that here, the sun, the planets, everything has a mechanism, a physical way of working, you know, the whole physics of things. So everything is operating under a certain function, right? And because this week you're being called to observe or participate in this function, in this cycle that's coming around. Because with the Emperor, the male energy here, you have a cycle as well, right? in the stars. So I guess one figure of speech, one way you could put it is it's in the stars. So this week it's in the stars to something is coming around. There's a notch in this cycle or in this loop that's going to be coming around this week in regards to love. Part of it may have to do with your male energy being action oriented, creating some stability in this regard. But because I have two knights here on either side of the sun, I mean, knights are, first thing that comes to mind is the knight in shining armor, and he wants to rescue and he wants to be noble, and it is his duty to be obedient or to be valiant and strong. And so on either side of the sun, whatever is going to be happening, whatever, comes around this week, Knight of Pentacles suggests to be very valiant and very noble to your physical circumstances. For instance, let's say you find yourself in a love situation and you have the opportunity to go on a trip, or someone wants to move in, or there's something in your physical life is going to kind of be affected. Knight of Pentacles suggests to stand strong and to do what you feel is right, and to voice, yes, I'm okay with that, or no, I'm not okay with this, and to stand by it. And the Knight of Wands suggests also to be true to yourself. So let's say there is some event that you are invited to, or there's a plan to go on a trip, and let's say financially it might not be in your best interests, or you had made a promise to a family member during this time. That might be an issue, but also Knight of Wands, stay true to how you feel. I mean, there may be fears coming up. Well, if I don't go away this weekend, they might feel, or this person may react, that I don't feel a certain way about them because I am rejecting this offer and I'm not taking it up. Or, yeah, I do want to go on another date with this guy, but, I'm not sure and I need to spend time with myself, to figure some things out. But at the same time, I don't want this person to think that I'm not into them or I'm not interested. So Knight of Wands also suggests that whatever happening, whatever comes around, to just be noble and valiant, and to really kind of stand in your own and stand in your truth, and not be afraid to really voice how you feel, whether it's an emotional position that you take, or whether it's just, this isn't convenient for me right now. Because, this may be, especially when it comes to the emotional part, because it's right beneath the Page of Cups. The Page is a very naive, young, infantile kind of symbol. You may feel inexperienced. You may feel that you don't have such a grip on this situation. But again, the Knight of Wands suggests, stand true to how you really feel. You may face some fears, or it may be uncomfortable, or you may be unsure how to tell this person, how you really feel. But at the end of the day, moving forward in this, being this knight, fighting for your truth and fighting for what's right, and really standing your ground is going to make a difference. And there is a risk that you may feel that you are being greedy. You may feel that you are obligated to, it's right underneath the Emperor. So you may feel obligated to take action. You may feel obligated to provide, in a certain sense, your time or your space, or your energy, your efforts, right? But stand your ground, right? Knight of Pentacles. I'm going to pull a few more cards because it's possible that you may want your love situation, whatever it is, to, whoopsie. Oh, hope you saw that. This one came face up, death. So transformation, change, right? So what was I saying? It's very possible that in our love lives, we seek stability in family life. You know, we want to find that partner, or we want to build that relationship that gives us a sense of stability, of being secure, right? But again, this week there's an opportunity to do that, but not in the way that you may think. This week is more of a judgment of how strong you can be in your truth, how honest you can be with yourself and with a potential other, because the death popped out, right? And that's, I don't know if you can see it, that's transformation. That's death is a great card because it means the death of something that no longer serves you. So perhaps you may feel obligated to help, or you may feel that you need to fit a certain mold or behave a certain way in order for the relationship that you want to manifest, because that is what people do, or that seems to be the norm. But by being that valiant knight and by standing in your truth in every respect, by not doing, by doing things that you are more comfortable with, by taking actions you're more comfortable with, by being true to your intuition, to yourself, there may be this death of ego, or this death of something that may have been holding you back. This week is an opportunity to really transform that. It's like a calling this week. And I'm going to be straightforward. I did a reading prior to this. My battery died, and then the phone rang, and it wasn't happening. But I got the exact same thing. I got the Wheel of Fortune. I got cards that symbolize that this week there is potential for, this, it's like a gateway, an energy gateway for your love life that is opening. And depending on how you choose to receive, oh my goodness, cards flying everywhere. The way you choose to receive what is going to be happening this week, the way you choose to handle it, will impact how things will unfold in the future. Because this week may be an opportunity for the death of something you don't need, for the surrender of a certain belief that may not be serving you, or for change. You're going to put on that armor, be that knight. And you know what? No, I'm not going to stick with this, or I'm not going to change my plans or compromise on something that I really feel I don't need to compromise on. And this week is an opportunity to do that, to really stand in your ground and to help pave that way in the future. So let's see. Okay, this is great. The Magician. Why a magician? Because whatever falls into his hands, he can make it appear, he can make it disappear. Manifestation, right? This week you have the opportunity, and again, this is major arcana, right? The things that are more set in stone, more universal laws. With the death, let me just put this down here. With the death of something comes a new opportunity to build and rebuild and to manifest, right? With this change that you have the potential to make. And it's not necessarily a huge change in your circumstances. It's more of an approach or a stance you're going to take, right? You have the opportunity this week to really prove yourself to yourself. And this will let's see what just popped up. Queen of Pentacles. Right, so you have the opportunity to stand your ground, not necessarily in a defensive way, but stand your ground as in show the world who you truly are. If you're in a relationship, You have the opportunity this week to really voice your concerns or to disagree with something you would typically agree with. And this is your calling. I mean, whether you believe it or not, there's certain things that happen in our lives, be it karma, be it destiny, doesn't matter. There's a reason these things come around, and it gives us an opportunity to learn and to really step more into ourselves and be more true to ourselves. So, right, the major arcana is here. Judgment, this calling, this opportunity to see for yourself to make a change. The sun, this cycle, the way the world, the universe works, it's going to come around anyways. Death, something needs to change. Something needs to end. It could be a relationship. It could be a belief. The point is, whatever changes or whatever that doesn't serve you ends inside of you, that will be reflected outwards. If you no longer will tolerate certain behaviors, that may very well be reflected in your external. The people around you might change, your love partner might change, you might attract different people into your life, you might start dating a different type of person or a personality, right? And again, it's in your hands. If you can see the magician, he's holding all 4 elements in his hands, so it's all in your control. It's all in your hands. Let's see. Queen of Pentacles popped out. I don't feel too strongly with this card. I'm going to leave it out, but if you do have any suggestions or comments, I would love to hear it, but I don't feel too strongly for that card right now. That's why I'm not referring to it. What else for this week? Yeah, this week is really an opportunity to be strong and to reveal something about yourself that you may have been a little bit subtle with or elusive with before. A belief, something you may have been tolerating that you didn't want to tolerate, a behavior, or King of Swords. So yeah, masculine energy. I have the King of Pentacles, King of Swords, the Emperor. Masculine energy might be coming into balance. You may be taking more action. You may be more forward this time. It may be time to take matters into your own hands. And that's not to say they never were, but to take matters into your own hands that perhaps you may not have had the opportunity to take into your hands with such grasp as you may this week. And it may require you stepping out of your comfort zone, right? It may require a fight. It may require, it may seem like a battle because it could be unfamiliar territory. Let's see if I can, whoops, oh, all right, so that just flew out. The World. So the World signifies one of many things. Completion, first of all, and again, you see the world behind her. It signifies completion, but it also could represent unity, the world all coming together. I think this came up in last week, was it? By balancing this male energy, right? Whether it is you need to take more action, you need to be more forthcoming with your male energy, or there is a male energy in your life that's a little too forthcoming, all in an attempt to gain this security in your life. The World It's part of universal teachings. It's part of, if this happens, if you have, let me see if I can hold this up in a way, the opportunity to end something, let there be the end of something that no longer serves you, you will make room to manifest that which would serve you better, right? And that would be a completion of sorts. That will be the world. That will influence your world, how you see the world. That will influence the world around you. I mean, you can look at it in many ways. So this week, there's an opportunity to do that, right? And the Queen of Pentacles, the King of Swords, I'm going to take a stab at it that it's male-female balancing, whether it's you and a partner, whether it's the male or female aspects within yourself, however you associate them. I mean, there is no concrete definition. Something might seem male to you that might seem female to someone else, right? But there needs a balancing to take place. But I'm getting more that it's on the male front, whether it's someone who has a very strong male energy or a male energy within you that will be called upon this week, because those were cards that came out this week. Let's see if I can get one more, but I think that's pretty much it for this week. There's something will be coming forth this week that, okay, here we go. Two of Cups. So it could represent love of lovers, but I'm getting more balance. Balancing the male and the female, balancing your relationship by balancing the male-female energies within yourself or within your relationship, right? And in order for that balance to happen, there may need to be a death of something. You may need to let go of certain beliefs, certain behaviors, certain circumstances, certain situations in order to manifest that which you need. And that would lead to a completion of this phase or cycle, right? And again, because your center card is Judgment, you're being called to do that this week. It's an opportunity to really bring that into play. What I'm getting from this is a word of caution. It may be uncomfortable, it may be unfamiliar, it may test you and challenge you in certain ways. But holding on too strongly to your beliefs or being unwilling to perhaps open up a little bit more to look at a different side, a different story, a different angle may cause you to be greedy with your time, energy, space. It may cause you to bring it all in and hold it so tightly to yourself because there may be this fear of letting go or change or taking action, or being more in your masculine energy. And it's okay. We're all going to react differently, but there is an opportunity this week to change that, to step into more your masculine energy, to create balance within yourself, within your love life. You, for example, if you're single, right, and you need to balance this male energy, you may be too aggressive. You may be too forthcoming. You may be chasing it a little too much. And perhaps what you may need to do is just step back and let it come to you, or surrender. Surrender to whatever will happen. If you are very much in your female energy, right, of surrender and of acceptance and of receiving, perhaps these male figures are suggesting to go more into your male energy, take more action, be louder, be more goal-oriented. This may help improve your circumstances. That may be the key, right? To bring you into balance and to help shift things, because again, there's an opportunity to do that this week. There's an opportunity to let go of something so that you can manifest something else. And it includes balance, it includes masculine and feminine energies. That could be a relationship that you're in, you need to balance with your partner. You may be both very masculine energies, and you need to kind of balance that out so you both surrender to certain things. It could be the opposite. You're both too surrendering and someone needs to take action. You're idle. There may be uncertainty what's happening, so there may need to be a balance of male energies to make things clear. And it may be unfamiliar. I mean, I'm just repeating myself. It may be unfamiliar territory. You may not quite know exactly what's going on. But the best thing to do would be to be a knight and be valiant and stay noble to yourself, to your purpose, to your intuition, to your truth, to your spirit, and to your earthbound surroundings. Stay true to that. So that's what I have for this week. Balance. Focus on male energy. There may be too much, or it may need to be adjusted, or there may need to be more. But there is definitely an opportunity this week to work with that. And by releasing perhaps a very strong grip on a certain stance or a certain position in the spectrum of wherever you are in your love life, there will be room for movement and more of an opportunity to manifest whatever it is you wish to happen in your love life at the moment. So I hope that was helpful, and I will see you next week.